Today I'm actually not just showing you how to make these rice cakes, but also how to make perfect steamed sticky rice in a rice cooker, as well as how to make this super easy cinnamon and honey rice pudding. Before I get started, I wanted to thank Cuckoo for sponsoring this video. They sent me over their CR0632F rice cooker and have been really great about allowing me the time to properly test out its functionality. The machine itself is really sleek and compact. It has a 6-cup capacity, a super easy to clean non-stick inner pot, and it uses intelligent cooking algorithms that automatically adjust the cooking time and temperature, which help your rice cook more quickly while still ensuring that it's perfect every time. It also has a detachable inner lid that evenly distributes moisture for consistently cooked rice, as well as a special water drainage system that gathers extra condensation in the back of the cooker, which helps to keep rice fresh. One thing that I really liked as someone who is always trying different styles of cooking was the My Mode option, which allows you to select up to 16 different rice textures and flavors, so it's really customizable. I'll talk a bit more about the rice cooker throughout the video, but if you're interested, I've placed a link for where you can find more information or purchase the Cuckoo rice cooker in the description box below. For the first recipe, I'm just showing you how to make steamed sticky rice in a rice cooker. Using the cup measure that comes with the machine, I'm just measuring out 3 cups of short grain sticky or glutinous rice and pouring this into a strainer. To remove excess starch, I'm just going to rinse this under cold water for a few minutes until the water runs clear. I'm pouring the rice into the bowl of the cooker, then adding in 3 cups of water, and if you want to make more or less rice, just keep the same ratio of 1:1 rice to water. The Cuckoo rice maker has 10 menu options for different types of rice and even for porridge. For this recipe, I'm going to choose the white rice option, press start, and let it go. So I really do genuinely love rice cookers. I used to work at a high-end Michelin star Japanese restaurant and we used a rice cooker. They're easy to use and they just make consistently great rice. When the rice is done, the machine flips to an automatic keep warm setting, which will keep your rice warm for hours if you so choose. Here's a little tip from that restaurant I was talking about. Before we sent a bowl of rice out as a side, we would round off the top. So just dip the spoon that comes with the rice cooker in some water and use it to gently press the rice into a dome. And that's it, a little side of perfect steamed sticky rice. Now let's say you've got a bunch of leftover rice. I'm going to show you how to turn this into these delicious crunchy rice cakes. For approximately every cup of leftover rice, combine 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar with half a tablespoon of sugar. Then whisk this all up until the sugar has dissolved. Pour this over the leftover rice and mix this through. Dump the rice out onto a parchment-lined baking sheet and then press it together. And this kind of depends on how much rice you have. You might fill a whole sheet pan or a half sheet pan, but what you want is for the rice to be about 1 inch thick. Use a bit of water to stop your spoon from sticking and get the rice really flat and compact. Once the surface is looking pretty smooth, cover the top with some parchment paper, pop on another baking sheet, and then use something heavy to weigh the sheet pan down. Then I'm just going to place this in the fridge overnight. To top my rice cakes, I'm making these quick cucumber pickles. You'll need a few mini cucumbers to make these. Slice those thinly. You can use a knife if you want. I thought I was going to slice these more thinly, but then I changed my mind. It's fine. Use a knife, use a mandolin, whatever you want. Pop the cucumber slices into a jar. Add in a few crushed cloves of garlic, and then for the pickling liquid, it's just equal parts sugar, water, and rice wine vinegar. I used half a cup of each and a teaspoon of salt. Whisk this all together until the sugar and salt have dissolved, then pour it over the cucumbers. Pop on the lid and store in the fridge. Fast forward to the next day, my rice cakes are ready to fry. I'm just flipping the rice onto a cutting board. Trimming up the edges and cutting the rice into cubes. Then I'm just lightly brushing both sides of the rice cake with some cornstarch. To fry, I'm getting enough oil into a pan to just cover the top of the rice cakes. Whenever I fry at home, I always like to make sure that I have all my equipment laid out before I start so that I can concentrate on frying and I'm not running around looking for things. When the oil reaches 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius, gently place your rice cakes into the pan to fry. When the edges of the rice cakes start to get brown, I like to just give them a flip so both sides of the cake can brown up nicely. When the rice cakes are crisp and golden, remove them from the oil and place them on a wire rack. Then just repeat with any remaining rice cakes. To serve, I'm just mixing up some sriracha mayo and getting out our quick pickles from yesterday. This makes for a really nice bite of food. The rice cakes are crisp on the outside and soft on the inside. The pickles are tangy and sweet, and then you also have a little bit of spice from the sriracha. For the last recipe, I'm making cinnamon and honey rice pudding right in the rice cooker. I'm taking half a cup of short grain sticky rice and rinsing it with cool water until the water runs clear. Then I'm placing this into the rice cooker and adding in 2 cups of milk. Then all I have to do is go to the menu, and I'm going to actually use the porridge setting for this. While that cooks, I'm adding 1 cup of milk to a bowl along with half a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla, then whisking to combine. When the rice has finished cooking, it will be really soft and pudding-like, and then I'm just going to pour in the milk and cinnamon mixture and stir that through. Then I'm just going to close the lid and leave for an additional 30 minutes on the keep warm setting. After 30 minutes, this is what you're left with. I'm topping this off with some honey. And a little sprinkle of cinnamon. Thanks again to Cuckoo for sponsoring today's video. Links to where you can get the rice cooker that I used for these recipes is available in the description box below. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, consider subscribing, hitting the bell notification button, and connecting with us on Instagram at chefstudio_.